Hello everyone, my name is SiC, welcome back to Old World. So, little disclaimer first, I have been gone for 4 weeks on a holiday to Mexico and I just came back. And yeah, so it's been a while since I played. Luckily though, we have our ambition victories in the top left, so we can easily see what we were doing. We were trying to produce 100 of each of these resources per turn, at least. And we are trying to make free heated baths. And if we manage to do that, we will win the game. We are ahead in victory points as well, which is really nice to see. We have plenty of orders to give people, so that is no longer an issue. Still kind of crazy how much of these I am getting. I'm not entirely sure why it's so much every time, but it's plus 42, but kind of we're saving them up now. Somehow, something turned that on. I'm not entirely sure what it was, and if you know, please let me know in the comments below. Were we at war? I don't think so. I think we made peace. Yes, we are. We are just at war with the Danes, but they're far away and they're not a threat. We do, however, have troops around our borders, so we are working on a spearman here, an apprentice officer in Corquira, so we can train troops faster there. Worker, farmer, let's see, a miner, a woodcutter, Olympiad, a worker, a stonecutter. So we're not really working much on an army right now. It's all basically economical. And yeah, there was an invasion over here as well that we dealt with. And I don't think we need troops in that area anymore. We do have a few troops over in this direction, holding the line. There's a little choke point here. But our army is pretty pitiful and weak, so that is something we might want to work on as well. So let's go ahead and end this year. We have a few things popping off in the next turn, so we can make some good decisions there, hopefully. We need to repair all of this stuff around the volcano as well. This is the second time we've had to. Patriarch Cleitarchus of Ambrasia has died, alright. Chancellor Ordata of Ialysus is now the head of Greek paganism. Alright. She is pleased. Or Greek paganism is pleased, I think. The governor Cassander of Sparta is severely ill, suffering from a high fever and constant shaking, or is the governor of Uruk actually. And agent Orestes the hero has been feeling quite poor lately and is ill. And Duchess Stratonich, our sister, third in line, gives into her basic desires more often lately, and she has lost -1 discipline. Well, that's good to know. Meanwhile, we have a strong culture event in Gortyn. The people of Gortyn have decided to host athletic games to celebrate their good fortune. They would be honored for you as governor to participate. What will be your involvement? Let's see, we are 39. We are intelligent, commander, frugal, a delver, we are scarred, and we own the bulwark curious. Wisdom 1, courage 3, discipline 2. Let's see, to preside over the games as a judge, now we are no longer a commander. To wager on the athletes, now we are no longer a schemer. To compete in the wrestling event myself, now we will become a hero instead of a commander, or it's enough to simply observe. Yeah, I'm okay with what we are. And developing culture and event in Larissa as well. Merchants from a distant land have reached Larissa with an astounding product. A selection of oils with pleasant, intriguing smells. In their homelands, the merchants say people dab these oils on their bodies to give them an appealing odor. It is the very mark of nobility, they claim. For an appropriate sum, the merchants will supply you with a small amount of perfume on an ongoing basis. I can't turn my nose up at this, or I smell fine as it is, then we become proud. We lose some wisdom, but we gain some training per turn, and it's a weakness. And Assyria will like us less, but we are going to gain some free perfume. This year is a special year in the annals of the kings and queens of Greece. Queen Gorgo the Brilliant celebrates her silver jubilee, a reign of 25 years. How shall we prepare for the celebration to commemorate this joyous day? Prepare a royal spectacle for the people that they will not soon forget. We have enough food for that. We shall thank the gods for their kindness and pray for their continued blessing. We become blessed. I shall take another husband. We shall enjoy song, wine and companionship. Is he already upset with me? Yes, he is. Because this is one husband, but this is my other husband. King Consort Nimedu. So we could have a third one. But I do think maybe I should become blessed in this case. There we go. Because yeah, being blessed gives us good luck. So that is something we definitely want. Then we have a worker freed up, and I think maybe we can build a quarry over here. Yes, indeed, for plus 10 stone, which is a lot, and it's also what we need. Because it is the one thing we're not producing enough of right now. We need to create more food, we need to create more wood per turn and more stone. So this is a good solid option for that. Then we have the city borders over here. We have another quarry we can build for another 10 production. That is perfect. And then we don't have access to that anymore. An academy. We don't need to really invest in science that much more, I don't think. Maybe a farm would be good, because we do need food production. So let's go ahead and put the farm right there. And then we have this guy. Let's go ahead and move him and build another quarry. So that's another plus 30 coming up. That gets us quite a ways, but not quite all the way. So we have spearmen here. Let's put them in sentry mode on top of this barracks. What to do with you? We could upgrade you, but we don't have the iron to do so. And we have a free promotion on these guys. We could do Bloodthirsty, Combat, Heckler, or Steadfast. Let's go ahead and take Bloodthirsty, I guess. And then let's move them over in this direction. What else? These guys, I guess I will also move them. Move them south, because that will be good for us. And we'll explore a little bit more of the sea. Down here. A little bit more up here. Just go around Roman territories and see what we can see. And then we are already out of units. So we can do... we can train something here in Ambrasia. I think we should invest in a woodcutter maybe. We have plus 7 wood production that we could get out of this. Or plus 3.5 actually, so not that much, but it's only 3 years, so it's a way to invest more in the production of things without expanding our territory, which is nice. And over here we have one citizen that we could put in somewhere. Takes a little bit of time though, but let's go ahead and invest in a farmer, because we do need more food production. Right there, I think. In Dialysis, what can we do? We could build a miner or a stonecutter actually in here. Or in here. This one is a little bit more valuable. Takes 2 years. In Gortin, 9.5. An apprentice doctor for growth and science. That would be pretty decent. We do need to keep an eye out for places to build heated baths as well though, so we need to keep that in mind. All of this takes about 5 years or 6 years. I think we're going to go with a stonecutter in this case. It also expands the borders, which is nice. And then we are out of orders to give, so let's go ahead. Oh, we can get a free promotion on this guy. Fierce. Horsebane, guard, or strike. Let's give them strike, I guess. And then they will continue sleeping here on top of the barracks for free training. What else can we do over here? These guys are going to sleep. These guys are going to sleep. These guys are going to sleep or go in sentry mode where they are. Can give this guy a free promotion, and I think that will be decent. Horsebane, infantry, Highlander, focus. I think in this case maybe Horsebane, because plus 25% is really good, really strong. And we do have, or we did have some horsemen over here, if I remember correctly. And then we have a lot of orders left over. We have enough civics, so maybe we can enact a law. We have colonies, or we have serfdom. Colonies, upkeep low money, minus 60 gold per year. That's fine, requires navigation. Now we can buy tiles with money, which is really nice, to be honest. We could do professional army or volunteers. Plus 50% experience for all units during combat, really good. All cities, 2 training per year with a treasury. Upkeep high money though. Then we have autarky. Mines, quarries and lumber mills plus 20% output. Oh, that is really good. That is something that really plays into our ambition here. Or the trade league. Unlocks the convoy, can sell for the same price as buying. Upkeep very high in civics. No, I think we're going with this one, and this pays with a very high science cost, but I think that's fine. But let's have a look at this. We have 76, 112, 52 and 56. And we jump up a significant amount, and with the stone quarries that we just ordered, I think we're going to hit our production targets here really soon. So that is good. Now we are lower on civics though. So we need to wait another turn at least to be able to pass another law. What about our families? They're all very happy. Do we have dyes? We only have 1 dye. We have perfume. Nobody really wants perfume, but let's go ahead and send something to the Kypselids because we can. And we have stuff left over. Gems, salt. Let's go with pearls. Family. The Kypselids. There we go. A little bit happier. Now we could do the same with cities. Send salt, send gems, send honey. And this gives culture and happiness per year. These guys already get a lot, so maybe we need to look at cities that, yeah, like this one. Send them some honey. There we go. I don't think it costs anything, or maybe I just glossed over that. Do they get anything? Not really, but they are happy and they're increasing in happiness, so we don't really need to send them anything. This city is becoming happy. This city is happy. Let's just go through them one by one like this. These guys are unhappy. Let's send them some honey. These guys are unhappy. Send them some gems. There we go. Going up in happiness. Maybe I should have done this a lot sooner, I guess. And some perfume for them. And that reduces their unhappiness a little bit. We can send salt as well, and now we're okay. And then we'll send gems over to this city, and they are a little happier, but then we ran out of luxuries to send. So these other cities are out of luck for the time being. Oh, we also need to repair these. Alright, something to keep in mind. Infantry square finishes on the next turn, and oh, we have... it's just our scout close by, that's fine. Babylonia is at war with the Danes as well, it seems. Alright, we discovered infantry square, which means we can now make pikemen. And Governor Cassander of Sparta has died in office. Alright, an acquired taste. Our citizens have acquired a taste for your foods, declares a visiting emissary. Would you consider making peace with Babylonia, that we might strengthen our bonds of trade? Yes, I think that would be a good idea. We could also, we could just agree to sign the peace treaty. We can politely decline. We can let us celebrate with an era of peace with gifts of food. And okay, Sure, I think we can afford that. That is just a one-time payment of food, not production, so perfect. A quarry has finished. We are not quite at the production limit, but let's have a look. Workers at the new quarry have discovered the bones of a colossal beast. They have asked the court to send scientists to the site, as they want someone of authority to inspect the giant bones they found to determine their origin. How shall we respond? The bones have no value and should be destroyed. Transport the bones to the city for further study. Or commission scribes to write epic dragon poetry. Costs a lot of training, but gains us +4 legitimacy, which actually gets us up to 250. We become extravagant. We do lose some money. It replaces frugal. That is nice, I guess, but we could go for science. Let us go ahead and order one of these. Let's go ahead and pick fiscal policy, because we can. And then, by picking this one, we shave off a year. So, that is good stuff. Then we have a worker who is finished. Let's send him over here and make a lumber mill, because we definitely need more of those. We can go over here and make a quarry. And this guy is finished. We do need more farms. The question is, where do we build the farm? Because this, yeah, like the granary, plus 60% food production for adjacent farms and gives us some growth. We already have one of those. So actually, no, we should make a farm right here, and because that will benefit from the granary. There we go. Then this guy, yeah, let's go ahead and start repairing some of these places. And these guys can move. Next unit. Let's go ahead and move over here, explore the fog of war a little bit. And these are Assyrians, alright, so they stretch out this entire corner. These guys have that corner, the Babylonians. And these guys are kind of like pushed together, so I think Rome and the other country that is down there are probably the weakest. Don't quote me on that though. Alright, and here we should probably invest in building some some swordsmen or something. Let's go ahead and go with swordsmen. And Chalkis, let us invest in a woodcutter, because we need that production, and then we are out of people to order already. So we do have some more civics, so we can spend some more civics on a law. I mean, I don't know if we're still going to fight, but neither of these are particularly... Yeah, we can hurry production with population. It's going to cause a lot of unhappiness, but we could speed up things a little bit. Colonies and serfdom. I think colonies here is worthwhile, because then we can spend some money to gain a tile that we want. So, for example, in Pergamon, don't quite remember how that works. Pacify city. There is a button for it somewhere that I don't quite recall. Or I guess maybe we need to have a worker or a unit close by. Yes. For example, we could buy this tile for Atalaya or Gortyn, because both of these cities border this tile. So that is something that we could do, but we need to have a unit present. So, armed with that knowledge, is there anything that we want to buy? Even like... we could try to buy these 3 tiles, and that would force their troops to go the long way around. And then if we buy a tile over here, let's go ahead and do that actually. They would need open borders to be able to pass through. So if we move over here, we can buy that tile, and that costs all of their movement. So we're going to go ahead and buy this tile. And we kind of need this one, unfortunately. I guess we'll do it on the next turn, but we'll spend some training on getting these guys to be... Well, there's a lot of hills here as well. But let's give them combat too. And on the next turn we'll buy this tile, and then we basically closed off this area. Though they can still come in through here, but then they have to travel around the mountains, so... Now, in wartime, obviously, it doesn't matter. But in peacetime, it can buy us some time, maybe. Alright, we have a lot of wood production here. A lot of stone production, so we are well on our way. Farms, though, we need more of. Ambassador Myrtale, our half-sister, has reflected on recent experiences and absorbed many important lessons. She has gained 1 wisdom. Duchess Stratenice has gained +1 courage, and the health of Duke Consort Meliager the Impulsive is begun to decline. He is now ill. Alright, and Agent Orestes the Hero is thankfully feeling much better now and is no longer ill. And heated baths have finished. Noble families are lining up to be the first to take advantage of the recently completed baths. Time together would provide a perfect opportunity to discuss alliances and win support. To which family should we extend this prized invitation? The Arjats, the Kipslids, or the Alkmaeonids? Well, at this point, the Arjats are the lowest in happiness. So let's go ahead and send them an invitation. Gives them a little boost. And Pyrrhus gets an upgrade. Affable for growth, Warlike for training, or Carpenter for ships. Ships are not being built over there. We're going to go with Warlike. Erixo can become a Carpenter as well, or Warlike or Strict. I think Warlike here is the way to go. And this is a quarry, not heated baths, alright. What else can we do here? Like, we could go ahead and buy this tile for a little bit of money. Sadly, that ends the turn, but on the next turn we can make a quarry here. Though we now produce enough stone per turn, so maybe that is not the most important thing. We can actually undo their actions. We'll move them over here. And they recommend a courthouse, but of course this is a forest and we can get a lumber mill in there as well. And lumber mills are important, so... that is what we're going to go with. And over here we have a worker doing nothing for some reason, asleep, which we don't appreciate, but there we go. A courthouse, a mine. I kind of want to build another farm or heated baths. Could we build baths here? Or is that what we just finished over here? These are heated baths, alright, that is not an option then. What else? They need to be along a river. We can actually send them down over here, and then we can do some stuff in Region. Here, let's go ahead and repair the mine. Then let's repair this quarry. This guy still needs 3 years to finish what he is doing. Though we finished a farm over here. We can build another farm over here. Not the most productive farms, but we need the production of food. Ooh, cold baths. Yeah, I think we have to invest in the baths here as well. It's not a lot of space, but I think it's the best option. A camp. Or a lumber mill. The camp will be useful, but we have plenty of orders and plenty of money coming in, so that is not really important. But what is important is getting as high in production as possible, as quickly as possible before we die. We are 41, so the chance of it happening is super low, and I'm not that concerned, but it's something to keep in mind and something to push to. These guys are going to go here on the next turn. This guy is going to park right there. These guys can get a promotion. Combat, tough, Highlander, or engineering. Against siege. Like the Babylonians really like to build siege units, so that would be a good investment, I think. And oh, we should not forget to go right here and buy this Tau for Uruk, and with that we also gain another legitimacy for discovering the Kakar Mountains, which is interesting because these guys were connected to it before us. But okay, I'm not complaining. And let's go ahead and park this guy up here. That guy up here. That guy up here. That guy can only stay where he is. We'll do some more exploring with the ship as well. Need to see what's going on. Explore more of the coast. It is really nice to have that extra bit of movement. It's gets you everywhere so much faster, you know? So we have 0 citizens. We could upgrade an Elder Scribe. Could go with Council 4. Is it necessary though? Olympiad 4 in 2 years' time for another training per year. I think that's worthwhile. And then we can continue with Olympiad 4 again? No, Olympiad 4. Well, to be fair, we could probably build something. We could probably, yeah, maybe a cataphract would be really useful, but it takes up a lot of food, and we are trying to go for the production right now, so I want to hold off on that for a second. So let's skip to the next one. Gardener, extra food production. That is really good. Takes 6 years though. And trapezus. We can invest in a farmer in 4 years' time in Region. There's not much we can do in terms of improvements or citizens being put on anything. What we can do is invest in a mode, maybe do archive, a festival. Like, their happiness is going up, so that is okay. Maybe some more science per turn, because why not? And with that, we have reached the end of another turn. So we need 2 more heated baths, and we need to crank up production of wood and food a little bit more. We'll get that ambition done. And we are super close to victory right now. So let's see if we can optimize our play here. Because, yeah, these episodes, every turn takes quite a while, so they're always longer than I imagine they will be. Only rarely do I ever stick to half an hour or a little bit over, I think. But yeah, just making a new episode for just a few more turns is also not really what I want. So, let's see, Babylonia has converted to Manichaeism and they are now friendly with us. That is nice. Our sister has gained charisma and Erixo the soldier is now ill. Alright, and Hephaestion can get an upgrade to camps and nets, plus 50% output. Strict or equestrian. Ooh. I wish we could move these around. Well, we can minimize them. Do we have camps here? Lumber mills. Lumber mill, windmill. We don't really have camps. We can make one over here, but it's not really. We don't really have nets either. Yeah, let's go for it anyway. Righteous, vigilant, or carpenter. We're going to go with righteous because happiness is always good. And then we need to pick a new place. to do something. Yeah, okay, we can go for a farm right there. Perfect. What else? We have a quarry here. A harbor. And gets us some money per turn. It's not really that relevant. I mean, I think we're pretty much built out over here. Now we could go for estates. It's happiness and culture. Potential bonuses. 2 happiness per luxury resource center city. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? This guy. Alright. Can move over here and work on a lumber mill. So we do have enough production right now. We should focus on food. We also need to repair some more improvements over here. A little bit more time for that one. Next unit. We have an open area over here that we can plop a farm into. We can invest in farms over here as well. So I think we're going to build a farm right here. And we can invest in honey up there, which is perfect. It's another luxury and it provides food, so that is really good stuff. We do have one more luxury available that we need to do something with. Let's see what is useful over here. I mean, could we buy this tile? I don't think we can. But if we move over here, we can buy that one. Ah, and that actually got us access to that one as well. So, with that, we can get dyes up and running. That is really nice, because that is one of the luxuries that our citizens need. Or one of our families needs, actually. Not even needs, but wants more. Alright. We already kind of explored this area, but we can see a little bit more over in this direction, I guess. There we go. What is this? A town with a wall. Alright. We'll explore a little bit more in this direction because we can. There we go. And with that we basically went all the way around the lake. Right, and here we could improve something, but we have enough production of everything. We basically need food production, so none of these are particularly important. We already are at legendary culture. +1 victory point per extra step, alright. Or we could invest in something else. We could do archive for 2 years. At that point, the farm will be done. And we can invest in a farmer. So I think that's the way to go there. And then right here, what do we want to do? All of this takes so long. This is a recent acquirement. We don't really have much production of anything. We can go with Council 2, I suppose. Then in Pergamon, we need to invest in a farmer. Because the food production needs to go up ever higher. Like all of these units require food per turn, which is not great. Though we could go with Ballista, Polybolos. They only require training and iron per turn. Takes a long time to train though. Range 1. The Mangonel, however, I think we're going with the Mangonel here. It's a lot faster. Or not faster, but has a lot more range, is what I should be saying. Then what else is there to be done? I don't think there's much else to be done. We need more civics to be able to do anything with that, though we do have luxuries. So one of the cities down here, maybe Uruk, because that is the most forward-lying city. Can get some gems from us. And maybe a governor would be wise as well. But we all have jobs here, so unfortunately we don't really have good options. Something to keep in mind. Spearman popping out in 1 year though, so that's good, because we definitely need the troops. Our son heir, Leonidas, age 7, or will be age 8. Look at how many orders the AI also has though. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so at this point we have industrial progress, military prestige, or economic reform. We discovered the fiscal policy, so we can pick a new one. Caravan mission arrives from Rome, giving us a bunch of money that we don't need. Samurai the Rising Star has converted to Manichaeism. Chancellor Odanta of Ayalysis is severely ill. She's 60, so she might die soon. And Ambassador Myrtale, our half-sister, an ambassador, follows a strict regime, has gained discipline. Duke Consort Meliager, our brother-in-law, is no longer ill, and Erixo is neither. We are now known as the Beloved. Nice, plus 60 legitimacy. The dry season in Ephesus is harsh this year, and the winds tear at the desiccated fields. Locals are uneasy that this portends worse yet to come. If the weather turns harsher still, we shall have stockpiles and shelters prepared. Our reaction is demanded by crises, not by inauspicious gusts. Yeah, we're going to invest a little bit of that. Ooh. The sudden arrival of envoys from Rome causes disorder in the court. Their ruler, Emilia, demands that we take up arms against Carthage. It's in the corner there. This is not a decision to be considered lightly. What shall we do? We must wage war, or let's wait a while and see how things play out. Yeah, I don't particularly care about Rome's opinion at this point. They are angry with everyone. But Rome is weaker and Rome is primitive. Let's wait a while and see how things play out. And then a legendary culture event in Ayalysis. Wishing to do their part in support of Ayalysis, eager citizens have offered to journey out into the wilderness and scavenge for food. How shall we respond? Venture forth in support, you are not needed now. Interesting. Ayalysis is... That's Ephesus. Ayalysis is already happy. But we could gain another 80, and then we will go to happiness level 4. And we don't need the food, so you are not needed now. Let's give them a break. And then we could invest in trappers. Takes 5 years, but gives us more food. So let's go ahead and invest in that one. In Uruk, meanwhile, there's not much we can invest in, but we could invest in this, in a stone cutter, and then we gain a lot more tiles around it. So I think that's what we're going to do here. Still no other candidates. And in Larissa we don't have anything to do. We're going to do a forum for 3 years. And after that we should be able to invest in the farm. We have an age of learning. Greece enjoys an era of scholarship and learning, such as has never been seen before in the history of our nation. Wisdom and knowledge flow freely throughout our cities, revealing understanding where before there was only superstition. We are a shining beacon of enlightenment in an ignorant and foolish world. How shall we further advance the cause of education and the observation of nature and humankind? We shall focus on educating the people. We must continue to explore the new frontiers of knowledge. Costs money. This gives us civics and happiness in 2 cities. That's nice. where we are obliged to utilize our brightest minds on military matters. We gain Polybolos in Nicomedia and Ephesus. Ooh. That is honestly really good. This one I don't care too much about. We shall focus on educating the people. Happiness levels are nice, but they're already going up in our cities anyway. Civics are nice, but not a huge priority. And the Polybolos, though, reinforcing our army, is really important, so that is what we're going to go for. And our food rate is not going up. And we're running out of space to put good farms. Or if we move over here, we could buy this tile and then could we build a farm later. Let's go ahead and do that. And over here as well, same problem. It's not really a lot of food output that we can get here, but if we go here, we can buy this tile for 100. It actually gains us access to the crabs, which provides a lot of food, so that is really good. A camp. Would camps also give us food or not? I don't think so, if I remember correctly. So I think what we're going to do here is we are going to invest in a farm, even if it's a poor one. It's still something. And then here we're going to repair the pasture. Yeah. These are all done. So at this point, where can we build a good farm? The best one is right about there for 7 food production. We could also... oh, warm baths. No. We're going for warm baths. Because after that we can go for heated baths, and we desperately need those as well. And then we have a Polybolos here. I think we're going to move this one to the east. These guys are going to move right there and get a promotion to Combat 1. We do have a lot of training now as well, so I think we're going to spend some training on upgrading our people. Combat 1 for the archer. Highlander maybe for that one. This one is a bit expensive, but from trees plus 25%, that is really good, because we have a lot of trees around. Focus Besieger into urban, that is really good. Warden from urban, or against... no, we're going with Besieger on that one for sure. As for research, we only have... yeah, I think we finished everything except for these two, monasticism and doctrine. After that we can only research the remaining important ones. So let's go ahead and pick that one, just so that we can say we did the whole thing properly. And then we have Polybolos here as well. Let us go ahead and give this one a free promotion in Combat 1, and then we're going to put it into sentry mode. Amphibious, land water combat. Okay, leads to marines. Into settlement, I guess, yeah, that's good. Alright, what else? Yeah, we already kind of went there, but there's nowhere else that we can go. So this is what it is. This ship is going to go back over here and anchor again, so that our troops can move along the coast. This thing is going to go ahead and explore a little bit more. And then over here, what are we going to do? There's nothing here that promotes food production, so I think we're just going to go with the Elder Scribe, and that's it. And with that, we do have some civics rates, so we can also invest in a law. We have monetary reform. Oh, no unhappiness from hurrying for all cities. That is really good. And all cities 2 happiness per year. We can buy and sell orders. Coin debasement. We don't really need that. And then we also still have this. We're going to go with monetary reform. There we go. End this year. Man, we are so close to producing this stuff. But we should really check out if we can build a bath here as well. Because then we could finish the game in a few turns. Alright, so we discovered monasticism. News arrives from Babylonia that Queen Umi Ningal, the beloved of Babylonia, is dead. King Shuma has taken the throne. They are friendly. We have given birth to a son. That is very late in life. Interesting. His family is the Argians. And the Alcmaeonid family has converted to Manichaeism. And with a mild fever and runny nose, Duke Consort Lysander of Ephesus is rather ill. And Oligarch Attalus of Attaleia is severely ill. Right, the religion of Shuma. With the death of Queen Umi Ningal, the beloved of Babylonia, rule of Babylonia has passed to King Shuma. As Babylonia are also followers of Manichaeism, King Consort Leonatus the hero is invited to attend the succession festivities. Your advisors point out that asking him to speak well of you to Shuma could help bring your nations closer together. Alright. We are not devout. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick that one. An upgrade to Zamra the Rising Star. Duchess Telesilla the Shield Bearer has never been an especially popular figure at court, but that has changed as Governor Samra has become something of a personal advocate. My sister, okay. Now Telesilla has an entire faction in Gortyn clamoring for changes to dynastic succession that will bring her that much closer to the throne and Samra that much closer to her own ambitions. Oh, starts conspiring with her to maybe take over the throne. Free law, seniority. Oldest dynasty member inherits. Okay. Or reject. Because who is my heir? Well, my son is my heir at the moment. Who is the next in line though? Duke Hippostratus. And then Duchess Telesilla the Shield Bearer. No. We reject. Alright, come on. Slow reactions, nets. Perfect. 3 years, and we will get plus 15 food production. Oh, we are so close. Look at that. That is so good. Alright, we'll go for another lumber mill. And Ambrasia is going to invest in a farmer. And we cannot invest in that. Sadly, we cannot hurry it along. But what could we do? Invest in a farm. 5 years. Over here. Maybe we should invest in... Well, we're not going to invest in something that requires a lot of food. I don't know, man. Conscript also requires food. Worker. Let's go ahead and take another worker here, I guess. And in Gortyn, yeah, we're definitely investing in a farmer. Nicomedia cannot invest in anything right now, but we could train. Ooh, look at that. The training on this city is intense. 2 turns to push out the unit is really, really big. But I don't want to do that right now until I finish my ambition. So we are going to go with Archive 1, I suppose. Build another lumber mill. Here we can invest in a farm. Here, do we have the ability to build baths? We are along the river, but this does contain a cliff. I don't know if that is recognized. I don't think so. But it doesn't show up as an option, so... Here though, estates, fort... Now I guess it requires a certain culture level as well. So maybe what we need to do is invest in an Odeon. Windmill, Odeon. This one does have a river. Let's see, if we go over here, can we make one of those? No, we cannot. So we're going to go right here and invest in an Odeon because we need to push up our culture a little bit. And the Polibolos here is going to simply move. This guy is going to move right there and go into sentry mode. And at this point I don't really care where this guy goes. We'll just anchor him right here so we have an easy invasion route, I guess. Not that I think we're going to need it. There we go. Choose the research. We can finally finish Doctrine. So we unlock this final law. Only takes 2 years and then we are completely out of researches to do. Now the Danes have been eliminated. The air weighs heavy with dark haze and solemn triumph as your armies raise the last known settlement of the once mighty Danes, my armies. One sturdy building of stone and thatch remains among the ruins. Ash on the foot and a thick black smoke overhead, your soldiers approach. As they draw near, weapons ready, a chorus of battle cries emerges from the hut, followed immediately by several fierce warriors, bloodlust in their wild eyes. Well, I have not done that, so... it's not my problem. Alright, what else? There's nothing else we can do. We're going to end this year and hopefully finish a farm and... yeah, basically finish this ambition. That would be amazing. The baths though might take a while longer. Ah, but we do have a scout here, so that is interesting. I guess they took that city. In an auto-explore move? I guess that's what happened, huh? Alright, Chancellor Ardata of Ialasus, our Chancellor, has died in office. Duke Consort Alexander of Ephesus has died in office at 48. Matriarch Morelia of Region is now the head of Greek paganism, and Meleager the Impulsive has converted to Manichaeism. Statonice has reflected and has gained wisdom. And Prince Leonidas is now old enough to be tutored by courtiers, so that is something we want to do. And although he was at death's door, Attalus of Attaleia has recovered. Then, though, we have completed our ambition of this production, and we gain +10 legitimacy, and we are one step closer to victory. You have been asked by King Consort Leonatus the Hero to meet at a remote temple on the border of your lands. Arriving with your retinue, you are surprised to find that he is with King Baziah the Ambitious of Assyria. Leonatus explains to you both that he is hoping that your two nations will agree to be bonded in an alliance before God. You look over at Baziah. He looks surprised but seems open to the idea. How will you respond? Join in an alliance. Reject the alliance. You will meet Assyria on your own terms. Our husband becomes estranged from us. Or this is a perfect opportunity to weaken Assyria. King Baziah is assassinated. And we declare war on them. We cancel trade. And the king becomes vengeful. This loses us 4 legitimacy, which keeps us at 280, which means we don't lose orders, but at this point we don't really care. This is mostly just to keep our families happy as well. But an alliance, I think, would be decent. So let's go ahead and accept that. Oh, and with that, we discover the Atlantic Ocean. Let's go ahead and pause this for a second and have a look. Look at the army. The enormous army that the AI has. That is nuts. And I have to assume that these guys have something similar, and we are just way underprepared for war. Alright, so eager explorers. I am pleased they foresee a bright future. Hold on. Young nobles of the Arjet family are pleased with our decision to explore the wider world. They are certain the nation will reap the benefits in years to come. However, such expeditions are costly. Perhaps the Arjats will be willing to contribute resources to this noble cause. I am pleased they foresee a bright future, and we all share the burden of discovery. We could give them money and they would be happier with us. Let's go ahead and do that, because we have the money. Now Leonidas needs to be taught something. Tactics, I guess. And on top of that, we cannot tutor him. The death of our Chancellor, Audata of Vialysis. We need to choose a new one. We have some options. The only one that has no downsides is Pausanias of Ephesus. Sure. Artemisia becomes inspiring for the culture boost, because culture is important. Then we're going to go ahead and repair this thing, because that has been a thorn in my eye for some time already. This guy. Now we don't really need to invest in this anymore, but let's go ahead and build a farm, because we have units, they might as well work, you know. Let's go ahead and build an Odeon. We have one thing left. We cannot see our culture level here, I think. Amphitheater, culture per year, that would be good. Let's have a quick look at Nicomedia. They have a strong culture. But I think that at this point, what is this? Requires culture strong, sure. Amphitheater, culture strong, happiness, and culture. I think we can build that. And now we need to just have a good look at where we are going to be able to make heated baths still, because that I just don't know. We discovered the Red Sea. That was a misclick. Let's go as far as we can. And in Sparta, we need to invest in something. At this point, we need more troops. So I'm going to go ahead and invest in a cataphract. In trapezus. Let us invest in a longbowman, I guess. And then Zoroastrian descent. Zoroastrian discontent has spilled onto the streets of Region as the followers of Ahura Mazda protest the injustices of your rule. Unhappy with your rule, the local magi are leading the faithful in attacks on the guards and encouraging resistance against the crown. Prepare the guards for any unrest, take no action for now. Or seek to appease the local Zoroastrian leaders, but we don't have enough civics for that. Take no action for now, I think that's fine. We do have an axeman here. We can upgrade him though to a swordsman, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's give a promotion to this thing. Brave. There's only so much we can do, you know. Promotion on this one. Combat. Free promotion on this one. Get combat. 30 for that one. Fire ship. Promote. Target attempts to retreat or else disarmed. Water only. Cool. Sounds good. We'll grab it. This guy. Maneuvers. +1 fatigue limit. So it has the +1 to move, which is really nice. Grappler. Immobilizes target for 1 turn. Amphibious. Tracker. Or guard 2. Let's make this one a bit tankier, I guess. Another free promotion for that one. Seaborne. And another free promotion for this one, also Seaborne, so that they gain combat bonuses at the edge of the or inside of the deep ocean. And with that, I think I need to call the end of the video, because we've been playing for quite some time already, but we got a lot closer to finishing and winning this game. So, thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. And I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.